Should be back. Weird. Anyway, a little draw. Out the house. Hopefully use the green. Oh, just went a little bit too far. But another good solid hole. Oh, nearly. Yeah, I was dropping frames for a minute or so. I don't really know why. It didn't crash. It just went weird. Should be back though. Right. Next one. Okay, so we bunkered the inside here, and we've got water on the outside, which is, again, always tough to manage. I assume better angle from this side. The one thing I'd be really careful of here is having this slope. I would make this edge of the fairway really flat, because you don't want people playing to the outside and rolling off into heavy rough. Like that's something that is generally tricky. Okay, that's a pretty good tee shot. But yeah, you can see how it's falling down this way. Like, flatten out the low side of the fairway, encourage people to hit it, and keep them there when they get there. Okay, second shot. I think you possibly have a little bit too much going on in too short space here. Right, that hogs back. I think this is great if you've got a wide front entrance where there's a pin left and a pin right. Going into a short, narrow entrance, we just want to allow people to run into it rather than bouncing either way. It's just asking a little bit too much. I think this is a great feature on a par 5, just don't think this is the par 5 for it. Ooh, that really leapt. We're still there, it's fine. We're still here, it's okay. Especially as that side slope is really challenging. Like, encourage people to hit that short and roll it up. Okay, I'm going to be back in just 1 second. And back. Oh yeah, looks like it might have crashed. Oh well. Good choice to have the trees separating the road and not go without bounds. Like, this isn't the sort of course where you needed that. Clock design wise, rising up really high here, then ducking down this way. I probably have just raised this area like 10 feet or so, just so that it doesn't feel like we've got an artificial hills. Like, there's been a couple of fairways, this and 4, I think, where the high point was like the middle of the block, which always feels a little bit awkward. Okay, 519, long hole, but appropriate around the green for sure. That's the bad tee shot. Okay, so now we're not being able to reach, and we've separated the fairway here, which I think works. You've just got to hit your tee shot. He gave us loads of space to hit a tee shot. I just didn't do it. Might have been one where I prefer it as little as a par 5, but I think it's okay. Not sure you needed to cut the green in here, though. There's no reason why this wouldn't be green slope, right? Otherwise, good hole. Really good green slopes. Still made a par. Okay, on to next. Going to sound like a weird thing, but I feel your bridge on both of the two par threes where we've crossed has been a bit in your face. Lower it a bit, probably, would be the main thing. Like 2 or 3 feet would make a big difference. You don't really want that being the thing that's grabbing your eye, particularly when the par 3 itself I think looks really good. Or I might put a couple of bushes in front of it, like here, so that it's just hiding it a little bit. Long par 3, interesting ground contours. And I think the bunkering looks, it does look good. It just, I feel it could do that a little bit more. I tried. Yeah, as you can see, we've hit that flat point in the bunker where you ideally want this to be kicking us into the bunker as well. So it's got a, we also don't really, I think, want to be giving people chip shots out of this. Flop it is. Pretty good, actually. Quite happy with that. Turn in. There we go. Happy with that as a par save. Love the skyline sort of fairway here. Okay, this is that one with the, which came back towards the third green, I think. We, yeah, again bunkering the outside of the fairway, but this time there's no angle to be gained there. I don't think you need this. Whereas one down here would be really beneficial. Hit over. I like the ground movement here. I'm kind of just making it over. I can't stop that. Again, I kind of feel like the best play is over the green, so as long as I get beyond it, we're fine. That's the shot I couldn't have, though. Now I'm screwed. I just don't love that the best play on a couple of these has been over the green. Granted, I haven't particularly executed well on either of them, so it's kind of defended itself pretty well, but that's only by my own poor tempo issues. Right. Partly it's providing a little bit too much back here, partly it's choking off a little bit too much in the front. But I'd never try to incentivize anyone to hit it long. Maybe a couple of holes I know that are really good do it. First at Oakmont, maybe. You can't miss below the hole. I'm kind of okay with keeping it on the green and missing long. Okay, now we're finally getting some wilder land. So this one you could hit driver, but you have to be really precise. I think we're laying up to the top of the hill. Great look here. Certainly visually the best hole on the course, I would say. And that's a really cool approach shot. Slow might work out okay. Yeah, feeds in towards it. After a pretty lackluster back nine so far, that's quite nice to hold one. I think, again, you need to lose these bunkers here and just let us play close to the water. You're going for easy CC, right? So allow people to hit near the water, give them the space away from it. I don't think you need any fairway bunkers really on this one. And just have them, encourage people to play up here, because I can't really hit and generate this angle. Which means I'm always playing this, and that's then really punitive for CC. Right, it's just a tough shot. think we're maybe defending this one a little too much. We'll try and hook a draw. Oh, no, pushed it and got a slow. Yay! So then you end up with this, and oh no, sorry, I'm trying to do the usual. Just try and get anything to spin. Oh no. I've definitely tried to overthink this one in spots. I'll get first bogey even. Oh no, no, we're good. Stubbornly keeping bogey off the card. Yeah, I think with that one, just allow people to get that angle. And then we've done that this bunker again. Let people hit to this side. Great looking hole. Really obvious site for an 18th hole. You can see the same thing with the flat lie near there. Like, hopefully I've explained why I would allow that. I do wish I'd had some longer approach shots in. I don't think I've had, other than missing the fairway on that really long 500-yard one, not had much above a 9-iron, I don't think. There's maybe one where it was a 5 or a 6, but it's mostly been on the par 5s. Cool. I enjoyed that. Now, main bits of feedback are kind of the same as ever, and I think those are tendencies that you're always going, like, everything is done very competently. The planting is done well. It works nicely. The routing is really good. Like, the whole strategies, they're there. They're completely, like, they make a lot of sense. They work well. You put par 3s in good positions. Like, the visuals are getting better. How many of those shots will I really remember and like go, oh yeah, it's that course with that shot? I think the approach on 16. That drivable 4, I think, was interesting and had some really cool land. The tee shot where we hit over the brow of the hill, again, I think 16. So we laid up. Just think you kind of need to take a few more chances, and where Cape Arundel, for example, really shines is those greens. The greens here were good, but they're not doing anything wild that's going to make you think, oh my god, it was that green which did all of this crazy stuff. I do think you probably need to be taking a few more chances, particularly in a big contest. Like, go swing for the fences and do stuff that people are going to remember, because everything here is really good, and I dare say it probably is good enough to get out of groups. But you're not going to raise your ceiling if you're not trying those different things and like bringing some quirk in, or really swinging for the fences with the planting, for example. Like, everything is done really solidly. There's no critiques on any of that. That's the main thing. It's just like push that comfort zone as much as you possibly can do, and like keep thinking of what are those shots that you really want people to remember. So, like, if it's that par 5 by the water, I think it was, which was the one that did the hogsback thing, maybe 12. Like, that's a really cool shot idea. Let's just make sure that people can land the ball there and roll it on. And partly, that's also a shorter course issue, because it's so easy to stop a wedge on, like, just point and shoot. I think you get more variety with the longer holes, and you get more memorability with those longer shots that you can play in, because they react so differently and they ask different questions. But yeah, really enjoyed it. I'm going to come back with one more in just a minute. I'm going to cut the stream and then we're going to go again. See you shortly.